First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim, and you, Aqua, that believe in all sincerity. So, as you see here, the title of this article, New Law Requires All Louisiana Public School Classrooms to Display the Ten Commandments. At the bottom it says, Louisiana has become the first state to require that the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. And as you see, there's a billboard right here. I'm going to read this article and get a couple scriptures because, it's very important that you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans take heed to the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Heavenly Father has set forth for us. Okay? Because it could only bring prosperity, success. Okay, so let's read this and get a couple scriptures. It says, Louisiana has become the first state to require that the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. The latest move from GOP-dominated legislature pushing a conservative agenda under a new governor. The legislation that Republican Governor Jeff Landry signed into law on Wednesday requires a poster-sized display of the Ten Commandments in large, easily readable font in all public classrooms, from kindergarten to state-funded universities. Opponents questioned the law's constitutionality and vowed to challenge it in court. Proponents said that the measure is not solely religious, but that it's a historical significance. In the language of the law, the Ten Commandments are foundational documents of our state and national government. The posters, which will be paired with a 4-paragraph context statement describing how the Ten Commandments were a prominent part of American public education for almost 3 centuries, must be in place in classrooms by the start of 2025. Under the law, state funds will not be used to implement the mandate. The posters would be paid for through donations. The law also authorizes but does not require the display of other items in K-12 public schools, including the Mayflower Compact, which was signed by religious pilgrims aboard the Mayflower in 1620, and is often referred to as America's first constitution. The Declaration of Independence and the Northwest Ordinance, which established a government in the Northwest Territory in the present-day Midwest and created a pathway for admitting new states to the Union. Not long after the governor signed the bill into law, at Our Lady of Fatima Catholic School in Lafayette on Wednesday, civil rights groups and organizations that want to keep religion out of government proposed to file a lawsuit challenging it. The law prevents students from getting an equal education and will keep children who have different beliefs from feeling safe at school, the American Civil Liberties Union, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation said in a joint statement Wednesday afternoon. Even among those who believe in some version of the Ten Commandments, the particular text that they adhere to can differ by religious domination or tradition. The government should not be taking sides in this theological debate, the group said. The controversial law in a state ensconced in the Bible Belt comes during a new era of conservative leadership in Louisiana under Landry, who replaced 2-term Democratic Governor John Bell Edwards in January. The GOP holds a supermajority in the legislature, and Republicans hold every statewide elected position, paving the way for lawmakers to push a conservative agenda. It says similar bills requiring the Ten Commandments be displayed in classrooms have been proposed in other states, including Texas, Oklahoma, and Utah. However, the threats of legal battles over the constitutionality of such measures, no state besides Louisiana has succeeded in making the bills law. Okay. Legal battles over the display of the Ten Commandments in classrooms are not new. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a similar Kentucky law was unconstitutional and violated the Establishment Clause of the United States Constitution, which says Congress can make no law respecting an establishment or of religion. The High Court found that the law had no secular purpose, but rather served a plainly religious purpose. Okay, so as you see, Louisiana has become the first state to require the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public school. Okay. From kindergarten to state-funded universities. And of course, you got some that say that the law prevent students from getting an equal education, and will keep children who have different beliefs from feeling safe at school. And that's what they think. The commandments threatens, people. And it's funny because it says here the law, okay, which really the law, statutes, and commandments, are laws from on high, from the Most High. And where do they get their laws? Well, they got them from the Bible, and that's a fact. Okay, it actually says that in this article. Let's see. It mentioned that over 3 centuries, okay, the Ten Commandments has helped mold other states' laws, because that's where they truly get their law from. All right, but where was that? Hmm. Okay, yeah, it says right here. The Ten Commandments were a prominent part of American public education for almost 3 centuries. And not only public education, okay, but also, the laws of the land. They've been patterned after the commandments, and that's of a fact. Okay, but you can read this article when you get a chance. You know, that's what we need. We need, the commandments, okay, in our life. We really need to, adhere to the laws of the Most High. Okay, let's get a couple scriptures. Let's see. We'll start in the book of Psalms 78. This is the book of Psalms. Psalm 78, excuse me. And I'll start at 3. This is, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, shewing to the generation to come the praises of Yahweh and his strength and his wonderful works that he had done. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. Okay, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay, starting with Yahweh, okay, commanded us to, a law in Israel, and that we should make them known to our children. And as you see, in this day and era, we have totally, discontinued from our heritage. And all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that we're coming back, but actually teach, starting with our sons, this truth, okay? Because many wondrous works that the Most High did for Israel, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, you see? And that's how you keep a righteous nation, is by teaching these laws, okay, to the next generation that comes. It says that they may set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments, you see? They set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. And we don't want to be like that. We have to set our minds aright. Our spirits have to be steadfast with the Most High. Okay? Let's get Psalms 89. Psalms 89 and 30. It says, 31, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgression with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. You see, you break the statutes and the commandments, the Lord visits your transgression with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. The Lord chasteneth people on the earth. Okay, under the sun is the place of judgment. A lot of people don't know that their lives are in awry or going haywire because they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you have laws, statutes, commandments that if you adhere to, you will be prosperous. This is Psalms 111. Psalms 111 and 7. The works of his hands are verity and judgment. All his commandments are sure. You see, the works of his hands are verity and judgment. And the scriptures, are true. Okay, the word is tried and tested. The prophecies are going to come to pass. And in this book, you can be illuminated if you take heed to the word thereof. Let's get this word verity.
Strong's H571. Emeth.
Yeah.
Emeth.
Let's start here, of divine instruction. You see, this is these commandments are divine. They're from the Most High. Truth as a body of ethical or religious knowledge. You see, religious knowledge. Okay. Firmness, faithfulness, truth, sureness, reliability, stability, continuousness, faithfulness, reliableness. So the works of his hands are verity, okay, and judgment. All his commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever and are done in truth and uprightness. Everything in the scriptures is done in truth and uprightness. It's all according to the will of the Most High. So the prophecies that are written thereof, they're going to take place, and they are taking place. The so-called elites of this world, they know the scriptures. They know what's written therein. Okay? It's our people that have forgotten the Lord days without end. And that's why they've been chastised. That's why our people are in the lowest place and are cursed. Okay? The curses of Deuteronomy 28 are very, very real. It's the book of Joshua 22. And 5, but take diligent heed to the commandment and the law which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, charged you, to love Yahweh your power, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. You see, you have to cleave unto the Heavenly Father. To cleave is to really attach yourself to the Most High, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Yeah. With your being, really, really understanding that this is prosperity, this is success, this is happiness. Everything else is wickedness. Everything else is misery. Everything else is death. Okay? This word, this Bible, this book is what's going to get you to the kingdom. It's going to save you. We have to walk in all these ways. Meditate therein day and night, for then you shall have success. It tells you that in the book of Joshua as well, in this same book. Let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah. That's what we need in our schools, And the ultimate schooling is by the men of the Lord to their children. All right. That's how we had to raise the holy nation. We started them young. This is Isaiah 48 and 18. Oh, that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. You see, if we had only hearkened to commandments, we would have peace. Okay, like a tranquil river. Okay, and the righteousness as the waves of the sea, and the sea is deep, so it would be abundance. Okay, and that's when a lot of people know that their lives are in chaos, and they're sick and afflicted and totally out the way because of their disobedience. And that's the nation as a whole. All blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans find themselves at the bottom for not adhering to the law, statutes, and commandments. But having come back to the truth, okay, we start to keep them. That it says, thy seed also had been as the sand, and the offspring of thy bowels like the gravel thereof. His name should not have been cut off, nor destroyed from before me. You see, and we were cut off. The Lord turned his back, but he sent his only begotten Son, Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, okay, to teach, us his ways, You know, it's his it's written, you know, it's written how we must walk in the Bible, in these scriptures. For and then we would have peace. All right? You want peace, take heed to this word. Okay? This book is the commandment. It tells you that in Baruch, the 4th chapter, that this is the book of the matter of fact. Baruch 4. It says here, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. You see, the law endureth forever. Now, can we keep the whole law? No, not exactly, but we establish the law. Okay, that's our schoolmaster. That's what teaches us how to be righteous. Okay, but it says this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. And it's not talking about the book of Baruch. It's talking about the Bible as a whole. And this is written in Baruch, the 4th chapter, which is in the Apocrypha, showing you the Apocrypha is part of the Holy Bible. It says, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. You see, you come to life. You be illuminated. It says here, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. So you walk in the light. Okay? You walk in light when you adhere to this word. But when you leave it, you die. Psalms 103. And 17. But the mercy of Yahweh is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. You see, the agreement that the Most High made with the Israelites, that if they follow the commandments, they would be a nation of kings and priests. So when we remember these commandments, you know, the Lord, he has to keep his covenant, okay? And that's from everlasting to everlasting, the mercy, the salvation that is going to come, okay, for those that were obedient in these latter days, okay? And those who are not, they're going to perish, they're going to die. This is the book of the law of the Most High. And if you leave it, you shall die, okay? But if you adhere to it, you shall live. Well, willing, this was edifying. I want to say shalom.